Everybody, we are back with another review, and today we're going to be checking out my favorite impact rated bits to use in my impact driver. So without further ado, let's hop right into this review and let's check out which ones are my favorite ones to use, which are my go-to ones, and which are some new ones that I'm adding into the lineup that I would like to try. So straight out the gate, we're going to check out some of the brands that we got here that you can pretty much find on the shelf right now in 2024. We got the Makita Gold, we got the regular Makitas, we got the Milwaukee, we got the Terminator bits from Weha, we got the Diablos, we got Bosch, we got DeWalt, and I got some new ones that I wanted to talk about, these Klein ones. I just actually got these in, and I'm kind of excited to try these out. I haven't actually tried these out yet, but we can take a little peek in the box, and then we can maybe talk about them a little bit, but it's a nice little black painted bit set, which supposedly the steel is going to be a little bit more, I guess, durable than the standard ones you pull off the shelf that are made usually with this grade of metal. So we'll check that out in a little bit, though. But we'll go through these, and like I said, I've used all these bits, and some of them I've run through a little bit faster than others, and we'll talk about that as we go through them. The Makita Gold is one of those said bits that I went through a lot faster than other bits. I don't know why. It's one of those thin, low-profile bits, which I tend to like, because they actually fit most of the adapters out there for magnetized tips. So most of the thinner profile ones will fit universally. These Makita ones are actually pretty good. I do like these. But I would say the Gold lasts a little bit longer than these in regards to my personal experience with them. Let's go into the Milwaukee. Like I said, we're not gonna go too in depth with each one of these, because we're gonna kind of talk about more of the fine points of the ones that I actually like to enjoy on the regular and why I go to them. The Milwaukee ones, same thing, almost the same rounding on the tips as the Makitas. I don't really know why a lot of maybe the ones that have more of an alloy to it and don't have some kind of outer coating seem to round a lot faster, which is, I don't know. I don't know why it does that. I'm just trying to put some kind of test to it. But you know, I bought these Terminator bits. I was like, oh yeah, these are going to be the ones. These are going to be the ones that are not going to round. They round too. I don't know what the purpose of this plastic sheathing is. I'm not a contractor. I just own a homestead, and you know what I mean? Like, this is what I use on a regular basis as a homeowner and owner of a farm. But I don't know what that purpose of that blue thing is, but I can tell you this. It only allows you to basically use magnetizers that look like that. You know what I mean? You're not going to be able to get that in your DeWalt one. You're not going to be able to fit that in there. So keep that in mind also when you're buying bits, and that's part of the reason too why I'm going to go through some of my favorite ones. They're a little more universal fit. Some of the first ones that we talked about are decent. These Diablo ones are actually really nice as well, and I think these actually hold up a little bit better than these first three, the Milwaukee and the Makitas. But the Diablo ones are actually really nice. They seem to have a little bit less rounding and a little bit more deep seating in the wood screw or the screw. I tend to drive a lot of wood screws with these, so that's why I like using Bosch. This one's going to be one of my favorites, if not my favorite bit tips. A lot of people probably wouldn't even have thought that, but yeah, Bosch, definitely one of my go-to ones. I like to just grab and go with these, and I'll drive a ton of screws with one of these bits. The Bosch one, out of all these, outperforms everything that we've talked about so far. And the only other thing that comes close to it are these DeWalt ones, the Flex Torque. Let's grab one of these out. I think I have some Torx ones mixed in there too, and some little ones. But these are my other go-to on the regular ones, which actually has a very similar profile for the head shape. This is a little bit smaller head, but same shape for the actual head itself. And I noticed that they seat a little bit better inside the screw versus some of these that are a little bit more thinner profile for the head, not so fat where it actually seats in the dang screw. And then you can check out, this is what I have on my actual loadout right now. I'm testing out these Milwaukee squares. right now, this is my, again, loadout. It's basically my loadout. We got a DeWalt Phillips #2. We got a Torx T25. I got a little bit here for my impact driver, so I can do little small pilot holes. And then right now, I mean, I even got some use on this tip right here. Maybe a couple screws I put in with it, but I got a Milwaukee bit holder on that DeWalt bit. I mean, kind of Frankenstein with that tip. Normally you'd probably see something like this, you know, on the tip of that. But I actually have been liking the, whoops, there we go, the Milwaukee one, because it's a little bit softer and it slides back a little bit. And I still get the same magnetism as you would get having it right up on it, you know what I mean? Like right up on it, you know what I mean? Same magnetism by having it back. So I like that as well. Some of these other ones, like the DeWalt, I would say is probably my other favorite one. This is just really nice for putting in multiple screws. If you're going down a line or doing something like putting up a fence or putting something together, that works out really well. This, not so much, because you keep jamming on that silicone. So over time, I don't want to ram it out. But for the most part, when it comes to bits, these universal ones like this, even this Makita one works really well. You can check that out. This is on a Bosch. This is it on the DeWalt. So the DeWalt one's not so much because it's got a little bit of play. But some of these other brands, check out Diablo. It's good on that one. Let's check it actually out on the Makita bit. So it does sit nice in the Makita bit, but I just noticed I rounded them out way too much on some of these other ones, like this one. But yeah, even on the Milwaukee, the Makita one fits good. So like I said, the universal ones, I tend to use these thinner profile impact rated bits because the fatter ones, I mean, there's tons of fat ones. Here's some of I grabbed a handful of bits to bring over from my bit graveyard, just to show you some of the ones. So here's some of the Weha Terminator bits, and then there's like some Craftsman ones in there that got all marred up. And these even have drywall residue on them, but regardless, I mean, there's a ton of Bosch in there, So like I said, I got a little bucket. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them, but I do save all my bits. So like I said, I grabbed a nice handful, which should be a pretty good representative sample in there. I mean, you can see a lot of yellow and a lot of Bosch in there, and there's quite a few of these Craftsman bits. There's a couple of Makitas in there because I don't use them very often. But yeah, not all my dead bits are my bit graveyard, but a good sample of it. I would say that for sure. So circling back here, what bits do I go to on the regular out of all these brands that you can get on the shelf right now? Bosch would probably be my number one. They make good wiper blades, they make good spark plugs, and they make really good bits. I haven't tried any of their 20-volt tools. I haven't tried any of their tools out. I hear they make good routers, and they have good router bits. So they make good driver bits as well. I can tell you that for sure. This one outperforms all the ones pretty much here on the table, except for the Diablos and the DeWalt. I kind of put those in a little bit of line, and probably not even the Klein. I imagine the Klein would probably hang with these four down here. Definitely probably hang with the DeWalt and the Bosch. But because especially the quality they usually put in Klein tools, I'm assuming that's going to translate to these. And I'll probably do a separate review just on these bits, because these, like I said, these are hot off the press for me. I just ended up picking them up, so I haven't even tried them yet. But I mean, the case looks really well presented and nice access to some of these bits. And they look like they will stand the test of time. I have to look at what kind of steel they use for those and compare it to the other ones here. But like I said, when it comes to bits, I would say my go-to would be Bosch. DeWalt would be second. Probably play with those Diablos. And I run the DeWalt. This is the 845. So let's check out real quick what a Bosch looks like. Right in there. And we'll see it with the Milwaukee tip on it. Should be one of my primary loadouts right there. So, and like I said, it fits, the Milwaukee tip fits real nice. Doesn't have to be right up on the screw to give you that same magnetized power. You know what I'm saying? Look at that. Like, wow. It's basically like a 2-inch screw, you know, and you just stuck on there because it's a 2-inch bit. So anyway, this is basically my pick for the best bit that you can purchase right now for 2024. It's going to be the Bosch. I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be Bosch. I'm assuming Klein's going to hang with him, Diablo. But DeWalt's definitely there. The Flex Torque screws or bits are awesome. I would say that's probably second, if not tied with first, but Bosch for sure. Bosch, maybe Klein. Like I said, I haven't tried them out yet, but definitely Bosch for sure. Why don't you let me know your favorite impact rated bits that you use on the regular? What's your go-to? What do you go grab? What's mostly a representation in your bit graveyard? Do you save your bits? Let me know all that down in the comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Want more content like this, subscribe for more, and have a good rest of your day.